welcome back to the second one. I'm still feeling a bit nervous, but not as much as the first time. I think the reason why I'm not that nervous is because of two reasons. One, because I wrote shit down on my phone. So I have my phone on me and I'm ready to go. Second reason why is, I'm talking a little bit loud. Second reason why I'm not as nervous is because the first time I did it, I didn't know how the reactions would be. But as soon as I saw the comments and whatnot, people were giving me good feedback. They were letting me know I had a small penis. And you're wondering, why is that good? Why is it good that you have a small penis? Well, I told people to say that I had a small penis, to comment that I had a small penis, because I wanted to know if they got to the end of the video. Because at the end of the video, I was like, hey, comment if you got this far that I have a small penis. And a good amount of people did it. One person didn't want to do it. They're like, I don't want to comment about your genitalia. So I'm just going to say I got to the end. Just say it. Say I got a small penis. And then whenever I whip it out, no matter what it is, it's going to be better than whatever you said. And we're not going to talk about penis for this podcast. We did a lot of that last one. So we're just going to stray far away from that topic. Let me grab my phone and see what we have in store for today. First thing is, thank you for listening to the first one. If you're coming back to this one, that's fantastic. The reason why I wanted to do podcasts was because I listened to two. I listened to TMG, which is Tiny Meat Gang podcast. That's Cody Ko and Noel Miller's. That's my number one. That's my go-to. I listen to Joe Rogan's, and I occasionally listen to H3H3's podcast. Cody Ko's is my go-to because that one's just funny. They talk about everything. That's who I would want to be like. Joe Rogan's is more like kind of informative. They talk about really interesting topics, a lot of conspiracy theories and just other stuff. Talk about the UFC too. And then H3H3's is more like, it's all over the place, but sometimes it's more oriented towards YouTube stuff. So I just listen to everybody's. And I wanted to have kind of my own following that listens to me, because I follow those guys religiously. So when they post something new, I'm just on top of it listening to it. So it'll be cool if I have my own little small following, even though I already have a small following on YouTube, but a little bit smaller than that for my podcast. But I did get a lot more than I expected. I actually didn't expect myself to be on the second. I thought I'd stop after the first one because I didn't think anyone would listen to it. But there were people that were listening to it and giving me feedback. And you guys I don't think you guys understand how much it means when you guys comment, because I read all of them and then I see the feedback I get, and it means a lot. It actually hypes me up to make more videos. Normally if I don't read it, what I used to do back then is I tend to not read everything because there were negative comments too, and that would bother me. Now it's just I don't give a shit anymore. You could negative, positive. I just take it all as constructive criticism. Obviously, positive is a lot better than negative, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. Honestly, I don't care. But what are we gonna talk about next? Oh, okay. For the podcast, do you guys want guests? Because I feel like just me by myself is kind of I don't know. It's whatever. If you guys want guests, I could get a different guest once in a different guests. My S's sound weird right now. I could get different guests once in a while. Or I could get one permanent guest with me. Originally, I was supposed to do the podcast with my big friend Arthur. When I say big friend, he's literally the biggest friend I got, and he's fucking 6'8". He's huge. He could barely fit through a door. He literally crouches when he gets through a door. He's huge. You'll know when you see my videos because I look like I'm a small person next to him. But yeah, if you guys want guests, I could definitely add a guest to the podcast, because I know 30 minutes of me is just not that exciting, really. Next topic written on my phone is my life's a mess. I feel like that's every day. My life's a mess every day. Every day I wake up, I could literally sit down and just break down of all the shit going down. Rent is due. Homework, tests, am I doing good enough? Is my GPA high enough? What am I doing after college? Is there a job lined up for me after? Just at one point, I think during the year, I was so stressed out and I was like, what else can I add on? And I started thinking about do I have enough money to send my kids to college? I was like, how long do I have? I have 18 years plus the years of getting married, finding the girl, impregnate. Jesus Christ. So I was about to stop the podcast because I did not want to add that, but just fucking whatever goes to my head. It's gonna sound stupid, but I was starting to think about dumb shit how long is it gonna take for me to start saving money to send my kids to college, dumb shit like that. I was like, I don't have any money saved up to do this, to that. I was like, bro, relax. First thing is figure out what you're gonna eat. Are you gonna eat waffles or are you gonna eat cheese sticks? Figure that out first. Let's do that, and then we'll think about all the other dumb shit. So yeah, just like at any point, I could just sit down and just cry about all the shit that's going wrong in life. But I realized in college, the number one thing I realized is if you look at everything overall, like if I sit down and think, I have this, I have that, this and that, it kind of like fucks with you rather than looking at everything like one step at a time. Like I was talking to someone, he's actually really successful. He's a pilot. He's a really, really successful person. He was talking to me about his college experience, and one thing that he took away from it was that he would have so much shit to do, like work to do. And at one point he would just go like, holy shit, I have so much. And then when he'd actually do the things he had to do, he realized that it wasn't a lot of things. So what he said was the best thing to do is to write down everything you have to do. Just write it down, just jot it down. And when you finish writing, you're gonna be like, oh, that's it? And then you realize that mentally you kind of like overthink things. You kind of go like, oh shit, I have this, I have that, and this is all. But when you write it down and you kind of individually think about each thing, and you go like, honestly, this isn't that bad. And I started doing that, and it's honestly not that bad. So besides that being a mess, I stopped going to the gym. So if you're thinking like that was like a week apart from your first podcast, how are you gonna say you stopped going to the gym for 2 months? The first podcast I shot was a while back. I think it was like in February or like March, and this is like recent. This one that you're gonna be watching is like a few days before the actual Sunday that I post this podcast. So it's a lot more recent than the last one. But I stopped going to the gym. Today was my first day going today's Tuesday. I'm going to be posting this on Sunday. And I have to pre-record things because I know stuff is coming up, like work and stuff, whatnot. So, but anyway, this is my first day going to the gym in a long time. And, the sucky thing is that I was, going consistently for a long time, and I just stopped for 2 months and ate like shit. I think I drank more beer than I drank water. Just it was that bad. And I stopped today. I kind of told myself I need to stop, and I went to the gym, and today I have a basketball game. Speaking of basketball, I'm on an intramural team here. Intramural? I don't know if I said that right. I'm sure I said it right. But fuck, I'm blanking out. So we're undefeated. I played 2 leagues. I played in the C League, which is the lowest one, and the B League, the second like a mid-tier one, and there's the A. The C is a little bit easier, but honestly, people from B and A go to C because it's the last quarter and everybody's trying to win the championship. So it's like B's easier than C. Like I'm undefeated in both leagues with my team, but C was a lot harder than B. So I don't know, maybe it's just people wanted the easy way to the championship and everyone went to C. All the good players just went to C just to win. But now it's like C is the new A. Like it's a lot harder. But anyway, so we're undefeated and today's the first day of playoffs and I'm playing with my League C team today. And we're 6th place in the entire division. I think there's like 24 teams that made it to the playoffs and we're 6th. And in League B, we're the first seed in the entire thing. We're out of the 24 or whatever. We get a bye week in each. Bye week is like you get to skip one of the games because you're one of the top teams. So the lower division teams play first, and then the winners of that play you. So I'm doing that actually in 2 hours. It's 7:00 right now. My game's at 9, so I got to get ready for that. Not that I need 2 hours to get ready for basketball, but knowing my lag ass, I'll be like, oh, I got 2 hours, and then it'll be like 8:58, and I'll be like, it seems like it's a good time to head out. And I'll get there literally like as the tip off starting, and then I'm gonna start stretching and shit, and fucking pull a leg or something. But sorry for that cough. Yeah. So basketball. But I'm starting to get back into working out again. Although I should have never stopped. I was on a roll, and I was starting to see a lot of results. Okay. Next topic is that I'm going through a phase. Every like month or so I go through a phase on YouTube of what I watch. Like I binge watch certain things. Like a few months ago it was Gordon Ramsay. I just went ham on Gordon Ramsay videos. I knew every goddamn Gordon Ramsay. Like it's, when you start binge watching so much that like every video that comes up on the recommended has that red bottom because you viewed it already, and you're like, oh fuck, what else is there? So you start clicking on the account and just fucking going through all the videos to see which one you missed. And my video just stopped recording. Give me 1 second. Let me turn it back on. Okay, I promise, guys, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get the camera to always record and not have to get up and cut the video and do all that bullshit. But what I was saying was like I binge watch a lot. And right now, my binge watching is creepypasta stories. And when I say creepypasta, I don't mean like some weird, scary spaghetti. I mean like it's scary stories that normally they're like fake, but some claim to be true. Like one was about a dancing man. It doesn't sound scary. Not a lot of scary dancing men, but the way it was explained, it's normally when you watch these, they're like just... It's like one picture and then the story's told. But I found this new channel. I think it's called Llama something. I forgot what it's called. I think Llama Art. And they literally animate the story from a YouTube channel called Mr. Nightmare. And they combine these two things together and they end up being really cool. One of the stories about... One of the most popular ones was the Smiling Man. And supposedly this guy was like walking... He always walked... I think it was in San Francisco in the middle of the night all the time. He'd just take like a midnight stroll. Which is... how every fucking scary scenario starts. Just walk. Like, who the fuck walks? Ever. Let alone midnight. Okay? So this guy just walks in the middle of the street. Not literally in the middle, like he was gonna get hit by a car. Like he just walks around fucking San Francisco in the middle of the night. And he happened to see this like really slender, tall man. Of course, being slender and tall is weird. He saw him like from a distance and he was like dancing. Like very like angelic. Like it was like almost like it was fake. Like dancing towards him, but he wasn't looking at him. He was looking up in the sky. And as he started getting closer, he kind of got creeped out because his eyes were like really wide and like he had like this smile from ear to ear. So he crossed the street. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. I was like, I hope he crosses the street. Don't just walk past the guy if you're finding him as weird as shit. So he crosses the street. As he crosses the street, he looks back at him and he sees the guy stop dancing and he's like just staring at him. But not staring at him. I don't know how to explain it. Like he's staring at the sky, but his face is like angled towards him. So he's like, that's kind of weird. And he like just keeps walking. And then he turns back just to see what's going on. And the guy's like literally like a car's length away from him, just standing and staring at him. Again in the sky though. So he goes, what the fuck do you want? And the guy doesn't do anything. And he's like, get away from me. And the guy just starts dancing, but away from him. So he's like, okay, that's cool. So he keeps walking and then he turns around and he just sees him just Usain bolting it to his ass, like running at him. So he starts running and then that was it. That was the story. And I know that doesn't sound scary at all. You're just like, damn, Steve's a fucking pussy. He just got scared from a man that just dances on the sidewalk. That's like just going to Venice Beach. Everybody there is psycho. Everybody there is just dancing, doing something. But it's a lot scarier when you hear it from them. And then the ones I like are the ones that seem really realistic, like grounded ones, like when they're home alone or like trick-or-treating ones or like just like stuff like that seems plausible and doesn't have an ending that's just like, you're like, oh, okay, this is too good to be true. Like it's too scary to be true. Like these are like just realistic stuff. Like a robber, like just runs as soon as they wake up, like stuff that would legit happen with a realistic ending. Those to me are like a lot scarier. And the funny thing is I'll watch these at night and for some reason like I won't get scared, but I'll get kind of like on edge. So like when I'm like laying in bed, if my feet are out of the covers, I have like a heart attack because I don't know why. If my feet are like exposed, I think like that's it. That's my Achilles heel. If my feet are exposed and that robber gets in here, the first thing he's gonna do is grab my ankles and I'm dead. Instead of grabbing something valuable, if my feet are out, someone's gonna grab my fucking feet. So yeah, that's my fucking nightly ritual. Now it's becoming like a daily ritual. And today I hit the fucking thing, the ceiling, and there's no more videos anymore. I've like watched all of them. Like every single one I've just watched. So at this point I have nothing else to watch and I'm waiting for this guy to post something new. The next thing would be okay. So I tweeted about this. So I was taking a nap after class and I randomly woke up to this like noise of people just laughing and yelling. And like there were like 3 guys laughing like, oh, look at his dumbass, blah blah. And one of the guys like, dude, fucking get him, dude. Like just yelling. And then I don't know what's going on. I'm just hearing yelling. And then all of a sudden you hear, dude, the balcony door. And then, sorry if I just yelled and blew your eardrums out. He's like, dude, the balcony door. And then as soon as you hear that, everybody's laughing and everybody's yelling, just cuts off and it's silent. And I'm looking outside my balcony window. Like I'm laying down on my bed's face towards the balcony so I could see what's happening. And I'm looking outside and all I see is like this small little fucking hamster just falling, just like skydiving down from the 4th floor. Skydiving all the way down. He's not big enough so you can hear the fucking thump when he hits. But you could tell he hits because the guy there goes, holy fuck! That's all you hear. That's all you hear. And I'm like, oh shit. That motherfucker's dead. And then after that, all you hear is arguments. Like, dude, I fucking told you to close the goddamn door. And then like, don't let him out, blah, blah. They're just arguing, like, nonstop. And one of the guys is calling the other guy a pussy. He's like, dude, you're a pussy, dude. It's just a hamster. So just a big fucking orgy of arguments. And all of a sudden, one of the dudes, while they're arguing, goes, dude, he's still moving. And then all you hear is just footsteps down the fucking staircase, just running down. And then they grab the fucking hamster. And I don't know what the fuck they were doing with it. I couldn't tell if they were trying to do CPR or whatever. They're just like poking his chest and shit. Like it was a huge fucking mess. It was a fucking mess. And I was just like, why the hell did I just wake up and the first thing I witnessed is this? So yeah, I had an interesting fucking morning or afternoon, whatever it was after class. And then what else is there? Another story. Since we're talking about school. It's not a story, it's more of how I felt during school. So if anyone hasn't moved from home to go to like school, it's like to like a different city, not like you leave your house to go to school for an hour and then you come back and then play like Fortnite. I mean like literally like you leave a long distance and live on your own. My first quarter here, every quarter, I had 3 quarters. Every quarter had like a different vibe to it. My first quarter, I was confused. I was hella depressed. I also had fun because it was like all new to me, but like I was mainly just confused and depressed because like I came here not really knowing anyone. Like I didn't have a close friend from back home. I knew people from back home, like a few people, but none of my close friends were here. And I was just depressed. I was hella depressed, and I was like kind of like wasn't sure if I made the right choice coming. Although I really liked the city and the school, it was kind of like, was it worth sacrificing being around my friends and stuff, being around stuff that I was familiar with and felt like home? I just ripped my fucking fingernail off and then hurt like a bitch. But going back to it, if it was worth doing all that. So most nights I slept at like 3-4 a.m. because I just couldn't sleep. I just kept tossing and turning, and every night I was like, was this the right decision? And on top of that was just schoolwork was a lot harder because it's UC. Fuck, I need a nap. Oh, thank God there's a nap in here. My finger's bleeding. I'm such a fucking dumbass. So I was going through that depression and it was whatever. And then the fires happened here. And then my winter quarter, which was my second quarter, it was a lot better. I made more friends. I was familiar with the place, but school was a lot harder. I took more classes and it really like to the point where I was getting depressed from schoolwork, and it wasn't about like how difficult it was being away from home. It was more of, damn, school was a lot harder here. So I went through that depression, having to study. I talked about this in my last podcast. I had like 4 tests in like one day, and 2 of them were free response. And the way the study guide worked for those was that it was literally like no information from chapter 1 through 6, because there's going to be like 3 prompts you have to respond to. And you don't know what to study, what to focus on. And then when the test comes, you kind of blank. It was just shitty. I remember I was fucking depressed out of my mind during that time. I didn't talk to anybody, nobody. And I remember one night I got so depressed. I hit up my friends. It's not like you're going to know them, but they live on Trigo. And I hit them up. I'm like, yo, let me just come and sit down. You guys could study in front of me. I just need human interaction to feel like I'm alive. Because it was just quiet outside. Because everybody else was studying too. It was dead week. So I just needed to feel like I was literally alive. Because like I hadn't talked to I wasn't texting anyone. I wasn't calling anyone. I wasn't even on Twitter because I was so focused on like fucking studying that I felt like I had no human interaction, and it was shitty as fuck. But yeah, so, and then my grades came back, because last podcast you didn't know what grades I got. I was talking about that. And I think the video just ended. Give me 1 second and I'll switch to the grades right now. Okay, so yeah, so my grades came back, and I was expecting, I told myself in the beginning of the quarter, because I didn't like the way I did the first quarter. I ended up getting like, I don't want to talk about the actual numbers, but I didn't get the GPA I wanted. So I wanted to get all A's. Like, I didn't even say I wanted, I said I am going to get all A's. So I like worked my ass off and whatnot. And my results came, and the first 3 grades were all A's. And I was mad excited, because when the first 2 came, I knew I was going to get A's in those. I did really good in those, to the point like I had to get like a D to come down to like a B. But and then one of them I was getting like a 96 in. So I was like pretty sure I did good on the final on that one, and I was pretty sure I was going to get an A. And then my other class, which was my sociology class, I was hovering around like a 90%, like a 91, a 90, 89, whatever. And the final was kind of hard, so I wasn't sure what I got. And the sociology came. The first 2 came, it was an A. Then the sociology came, and it was an A. And I was like, holy shit. So that means I got all A's, because the last one I was getting like a 96, so I would get all A's. The last one fucking comes. It's a B+. I literally calculated I had like an 88% or something. I did so shitty on the, I think I got like a C or something on the final, and like it just dropped, and I was so mad, because like I didn't get all A's. I got A, and B+. And I was like, yo, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and it was the last grade that came, and it was a B+. And then I emailed the TA, and I asked if like I could go over it, or if there's any way I could bump it up to an A. They didn't even you know what? They could have even responded and said, suck a dick, bitch. You got the B+. They could have said that. I would have felt better. They just didn't even respond. They didn't even give a fuck. I wonder if they just saw it and they're just like, nope, delete that bitch. Gone. And I said it so nice. I was like, hey, can I see what I did wrong on the test? I wanted to see what I got wrong, and I wanted to go over my grade. That's it. You could say, well, you did this wrong. Come over and I'll give you the test, and we could go over what you got wrong. That's all I wanted. Even if you didn't want to see me, just be like, you missed these, or you missed 1 and 2 and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Just let me know what I did wrong. So at least make me feel like, okay, I was a dumbass and here's the reasons why. But yeah, so I ended up getting those fucking grades, and it really fucking didn't depress me, but I was annoyed, because it was like, I was going to get my all A's the first time in UC, and I missed it by literally like 2 percentages. So it was really annoying me. My friend, which I'm not going to name, let's name him, fuck, I hate when I do this. I can never think of him. Let's just name him, fuck, I have that friend's name. I want to think of a name that my friends don't have. Fucking Adonde. Let's say Adonde. Adonde is the name of my friend. So he went to my other friend's house in the middle of the night. Nothing weird, just in the middle of the night. And he parked his car. After hanging out for like 2 hours, he comes out and he sees his car's fucking missing. He just can't find his car. He can't find like where he parked it. And he starts freaking out. And then he's like looking in the parking lot of where he parked it. And then he sees it across in a different parking lot. It like connected to a pole. Like it crashed into a pole. And he just froze there and he's like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did this happen? So they went and checked and they saw the car crashed into the pole. And the first thing they thought is, did the car just fucking drive itself into a different parking lot and crash? So they were thinking maybe it was on neutral. He never parked it and it rolled there. But like the way it rolled there wouldn't make sense, because the fucking steering wheel would have to turn a certain way. Like it would have to literally make a right turn, drive down, slightly turn right to get out of the parking lot, then nudge a little to the left. And then as it nudges into the left, it would have to take like a nice right into that next parking lot, and then take a little left and then hit the pole. So yeah, I mean, it's a logical thing to think of, but that wasn't it. So the next thing they did was see that there was a camera in that parking lot. So they asked the owners of that place so they could see the film, and they didn't even want to show the film. Actually, the funny part was before they even went to go see the film, they called the cops. The cops came, and my friend Adonde, supposedly his name, is such an innocent guy. He's such a nice guy that, like, I guess the cops pressed him so much. They're like, how did this happen? Was it parked? Did you lock it? Has this happened before? They asked him so many questions. He started to feel like he was guilty. He was like, well, yeah, well, I think I did. I usually lock it. I'm not sure if I did. And then to the point where he looked like he was guilty. Like he was going to turn himself in. Like he was going to be like, yeah, to think about it, I did do this. This is my doing. I did go to my friend's house and then through my mind made my car drive into a different parking lot and crash. This is my fault. I set this up. So literally the cops like almost convinced them into saying, this is me. This is my work. So anyway, they went and looked at the cameras and they saw like a different group fucking stole the car and they tried getting away, but they crashed into a pole of a different park. First of all, okay, if you're going to steal a car and you've done it, might as well drive normally because you've stolen the car. And at that point, if you drive recklessly, you're going to get stopped or you're going to crash, obviously. But they literally didn't even get out like that far. They literally drove out that parking lot and then drove into another parking lot across the street and crashed into literally the tiniest pole in the world. Like you would specifically had to have aimed at that pole to hit that pole. That pole is so goddamn, like that pole is literally to my fucking shin. That's how small that pole is. And they just crashed the front bumper into it. And then the funny thing is in the video, they kicked it there for like 20 minutes. Like, I don't know if they were like gonna get upset at the store for having that pole. Like, we stole this car, but your pole was in the way when we were trying to do the robbery. So we're gonna go ahead and fucking claim that your pole was here. We're gonna have to have you pay with your insurance. Like, what the fuck were you doing there? You crashed the car. Get the fuck out of there. You stole the car. What are you gonna do? Hang around till the cops come so you can explain what happened? They kicked it. They left. And then my friend was driving his car back home, and he found the phone in there. And everybody got hyped up in the group chat. We're like, oh, we're gonna fuck these guys up. Hold on. So I'm blanking out on my own story. So he finds the phone and he goes, look what I found. We're gonna catch these guys. It's over. I'm gonna turn it into the cops. So he's gonna go turn it into the cops. And as he's gonna do that, he's telling his brother about that he found the phone. So he's hyped up. Like, we found the phone of the guys that stole it. So we're gonna find out who it was. So as he's gonna go turn it in, he's telling his family and his brother goes, oh yeah, I actually dropped my phone in your car like a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't find it. And he's just like, oh fuck. I was about to go turn in my brother's phone to the police after they were almost convincing me that it was me that did it. So imagine him already half convinced that he's the reason why this happened. Gonna go turn in his own brother's phone to absolutely just make things worse. Like he goes to the front desk, he goes, listen, I found evidence. Look, it's their phone. Here it is. Go ahead and turn this bitch on and let's figure out who it is. And then they turned it back on and it's just a picture of him and his brother at like a banquet hall dancing. That's you, motherfucker. You stole it. Case closed. Just walk yourself behind these bars. You're going to jail. That's it. So, that story pretty much, I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if they've ever found the guys, but, we don't know what happened. Well, we know what happened. We just don't know who did it. So that's what happened with my boy Adonde. I'm opening up my phone to see what the next topic is. I'll talk about. I should have talked about this. Would have been. See, this is why I don't have good transitions because everything's listed randomly. But my next topic is about my grandma and what she told me to do before my tests and how it was gonna get me to get an A. So I'll tell you that right now after I get this water. Okay. So I told my grandma I was stressed out. This was the one I had before finals in one day. I told her I was stressed out of my mind and I don't know how I was going to do the test and I was so tired because I stayed up all night. She goes, back in Mother Russia, what we used to do is we used to drink coffee, just dark black coffee, 100% fucking coffee, no sugar, nothing, with dark chocolate, with a small piece of dark chocolate. And that's all you eat, nothing else, before the test. And supposedly it's supposed to get you all energized and ready to go. So I didn't like really believe it, but I know that Armenian coffee is really strong. So I had Armenian coffee. So I made myself 1 cup and I had chocolate. And it wasn't dark chocolate, it was like a Snicker bar. And that shit's just like coked up on sugar. So I drank and ate it and I left to go to class. So my first test, I was fine. I was like focused, but I didn't feel any of the effects. And then my next test was literally right after it. And as it got to this test and I sat down, I realized that I looked like I was a cocaine addict. I was literally shaking. Like my knees were shaking, my arms were shaking. I was like so amped up and focused because of how much sugar and coffee I had in my system, and I hadn't ate anything. So I was legit shaking, and I was so hyped up. I was like, fucking give me the test! Give it! And I was like so excited. I was like out of my mind excited. And not that I was like really like, hell yeah, let's fucking do it. But I was like so goddamn amped up. I was losing my mind. I think I started to sweat at one point. That's how bad it got. And my camera turned off, but it's fine. I'm just gonna tell the story, and then I'll turn the camera on. And then while I was taking the test, the girl next to me, this was absolutely disgusting. While I'm thinking about this, actually absolutely disgusting. So she's sitting next to me, and like, you know, like you could see in the corner of your eye like what's going on. And this girl next to me, she kept wiping off her test, and I was like, oh, maybe she just keeps erasing and there's like eraser shavings on her paper. But no, what she kept doing was picking her nose, and little fucking booger droplets were just falling on her. I'm like a little bit, like I'm about to throw up. Like that's how that disgusting it was. Like little like shitlets from her nose dropping down on her paper, and she would just casually just dust it off on my backpack. Just casually, just whew, right onto my foot. It was like, I wanted to turn around and be like, yo, can you fucking stop? But then I felt like the professor's such an asshole. He'd just be like, bring over your test. Bring it over. You're failing. And what was I going to say? What was I going to tell her? It wasn't my fault. The girl next to me was just dropping buggers on me. Can you control her fucking nose? Cause she's just fucking shitting on my leg. So that happened. I was stressed out about that. I was literally so disgusted because it was like she was dusting it off. Like nothing. It was like phew, right onto me. Nothing. Like she didn't even like try to keep it like low key when you pick your nose and you just like kind of like act like there's nothing going on and you kind of just swing it down underneath everything. Nothing. Just like wiping it right off onto me. Like I didn't even exist. Like I wasn't even taking the same test. So that really fucking annoyed me. Actually, I don't even know how long I've been talking this entire time. This is actually a lot easier than my first one. Oh shit, it's been 32 minutes. Holy fuck. Holy shit, let me turn my camera back on. I should be done by now. Okay. So yeah, I just realized it's been 32 minutes. Which is crazy because my first one, the 30 minutes felt like 30 minutes. This felt like literally like 10 minutes of talking. Which can lead to my next question to you guys is in the comment section, let me know if you guys want me to keep it 30 minutes or an hour. Because like, I mean, I could talk for another 30 minutes and keep it into an hour, but I don't know if I should. Cause like, I don't know if maybe 30 minutes is like the sweet spot where you guys are like, oh, this is enough. I don't want to listen to anything more. Or if it's like, oh, I wish there was like another few minutes or another 15 or another 30. So just let me know in the comments if you wanted to keep it at 30. Maybe you want it to be only 4 minutes. You don't want to listen to me more than 4 minutes. Maybe you don't want to listen to me at all. Maybe you just like, shut the fuck up with these podcasts. These shit are horrible. This shit is horrible. But yeah, I think I had like 2 more topics I could just throw in here since it's on my phone. Oh yeah. So my sleeping schedule is all fucked up. Literally today, I woke up at 5 a.m. And I'm not talking about like I woke up middle of the night like and I couldn't go back to sleep. I mean like I slept at 8 p.m. and woke up at 5 a.m. and started my day at 5 a.m. And it was like, to be honest, it was really good because I felt like I had all the time. I felt like my day was literally extended. Like I had all the time, like I had all time in the world. Oh, Jesus, I had all the time in the world. But the thing was like around 11, I like kind of crashed again. So I slept until like 1 and then I woke up, went to the gym and then came back, 8, this, that. And then now I'm doing the podcast. But, besides that, like 2 days before that, I fell asleep at 4 a.m. and woke up at like 2 p.m. So I have no idea how my sleep, like it's so sporadic at this point. I don't know when I might even fall asleep during my basketball game. Like someone will fucking call a foul, we'll be on the free throw line, and I'll just fucking knock out. Like at this point, I don't know when I'm gonna fall asleep. So there's that. Also, when I'm sleeping, can everybody just shut the fuck up? Because like all day, like right now, I'll never get a text. Nobody will text me. Nobody will call me. And then as soon as my bed hits the pillow and my eyes slowly start closing and I'm like falling asleep, it's just a shitstorm of noise. Like, ding, ding, ding. Like, it's just fucking, that was a weird ass sound. It's just a bunch of sounds of shit, notifications, like, and like half of them I don't even care. It's like a wind advisory. Bitch, I'm in my bed. I don't need to know there's a little bit of a strong gust that might blow my hair the opposite way of which I fucking hairstyled it. Like, I don't care. That doesn't matter. So like, that'll only happen when I'm sleeping. And, last time I was fucking sleeping like a few days ago, I was taking a nap, and I had set an alarm for like an hour, but I could have slept for like 2 hours. But like I just set it for an hour so I could kind of wake up and see if I'm good enough. I'll start my homework then. If not, I'll like sleep in like an extra hour. So the hour happened, and I realized that I was tired and I wanted to sleep like another hour. So I snoozed it. I didn't realize I snoozed it, so I didn't have to turn it off, so I didn't oversleep. So I snoozed it, and then my fucking phone fell through the crease because it's connected to the wall. Fell through a crease. I didn't even notice. And then the alarm went off. And I'm trying to find my phone while I'm like half asleep so I could just hit the button and snooze it. And I can't find it. And it's been like 3 minutes. And you know the fucking Apple phone never shuts the fuck off. Ever. There's no like 10 minute like, oh, the phone goes, it's been 10 minutes. We've been making the most obnoxious noise in the world. Maybe we should stop. Maybe this guy's dead. At this point, we're not waking anyone up. But no, it just goes on forever. Until it dies from charge, it just goes on. So I got so fucking annoyed because it's in a crease and there's no way for me to get it unless I move I could get off the bed, and I move the bed and I reach in and I grab the phone. That was the only way. So I fucking got up. I made that like that fucking mad. I hope I didn't blow your eardrums out again. But I made that annoying sound and I fucking pulled that fucking shit out, and I went and grabbed it, turned it off, put it down, pushed my bed back, and it fell down the crease again. And that was it for me. I just died internally. I was just like, this is it. Maybe this is God's way of saying you should never sleep. This is it. Go and do your homework. So yeah, I moved the bed again, grabbed the phone, and at that point I was so annoyed. I'd exerted so much goddamn energy moving the bed that at that point I was just like, I'd rather just not sleep because I know some dumb shit's gonna happen. And of course, as I got up, nobody texted me anymore. Like I responded to everybody, and everybody was just MIA after that. They're like, everybody was just like in a group chat, like, oh, he's awake. It's all good. Forget it. Don't even respond to the original text. He's awake. We don't even have to like double, triple text him. And that was it. Nobody even responded. I think I even double texted someone saying, what did you want? So there's that. There's that stressing me out. And the last topic I'll leave you guys with, since I think the NBA Finals is going to be the day I post this. Let me just check. Actually, no, I think it's Thursday. So today's Tuesday. Yes, Thursday. So today's Tuesday, and then in 2 days it will be the NBA Finals Game 1. And if it's Thursday, then the next one would be Saturday. I'm assuming. I'm assuming it's every 2 days. So what I wanted to say was I actually wanted the finals to be Celtics and the Rockets, just because I think it's getting kind of boring to see the same teams, because the Warriors are so dominant. Like they're such a good team, and they're not. It's not like they're not like a hated team. I feel like they're not a hated team because the people in the team aren't like villains, in my opinion. Like maybe Kevin Durant might be seen that way, but I feel like they're all such nice people that you can't really just like hate them individually. But as a team, I could get how people just dislike them because they're like a super team. And then LeBron's team, which this year I felt like it was kind of a whack team to watch, besides the fact that LeBron was absolutely amazing. Like LeBron was just an animal these playoffs. Like I don't think I've ever seen LeBron play this good. Like it was legit that crazy. And he literally just carried the team. That was it. Like he literally just put him on his shoulders and took him to the finals. And against a good team too, even though the Celtics were like injured and whatnot, LeBron just absolutely was amazing. And now they're in the finals. And the funny thing is, I don't want, like, I always obviously have a bias for Kobe. Like I want Kobe to always be known as the best player of his generation, which would be alongside LeBron. But I personally have to admit statistically that LeBron is better in almost every category. But then again, there's also the fact that LeBron was a starter, was pretty much the go-to guy starting his rookie year. And Kobe was like kind of like a bench player his first year. And then like the upcoming years he was like a rising star because he was like the 13th pick coming out of high school. So it wasn't like LeBron came out of high school too, but LeBron was like the first pick. LeBron was the deal when he came into the league. Kobe, on the other hand, was just like a high school kid that was very like abnormally talented. So, and on top of that, when Kobe finally started getting to his potential, Shaq was the guy on the team. So he was his stats were overshadowed by also his championships, where people like to bring up, oh, Shaq carried Kobe. No, they needed each other. They definitely need each other because Shaq never had a fucking title until Kobe. So They needed each other. So I hate that argument of Shaq carried Kobe to the... No, they helped each other. And they had a great cast around them as well. So I felt like that's also kind of unfair. But honestly, like statistically, LeBron is better. And I think efficiency-wise, he's better. Like he definitely, efficiency-wise, which is also stats. But efficiency-wise, he's a lot better than Kobe. But for me, I think it's Kobe's like... the killer instinct, how fucking deadly he is during clutch time, how focused he is. Like it's crazy how bad he wants it. And I think not that LeBron doesn't want it, but he doesn't compare it to what Kobe and Jordan had in him. I think personally, but LeBron still has the same drive. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like Kobe and also I don't want to overtalk. What is it right now? It's like 41 minutes. I'm gonna talk for like another 2 minutes and I'm gonna end it. Pretty much just to like leave it at this note. I think to removing the bias that I have for Kobe because I grew up as Kobe being my idol. I think skill wise, I think Kobe's a better ball handler and a better shooter for sure, better than LeBron. LeBron towards the end of his like latter years of his career. I'm sorry, I just burped. Became a good shooter. Before he was just a freakishly athletic player that could get to the rim and finish. Now he actually could like make like crazy ass turnarounds like Kobe and Jordan would do. But I just think Kobe, just if you watch Kobe highlights, there's something about it. It's like this, literally the fact that he's in LA. I mean, besides the fact that he's in LA, he has this Hollywood film to him. Like when he's playing, there's just this feeling that you're watching like this film, like there's a story behind it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like when he's shooting and like he scores and he just, I don't know, there's this factor about him that LeBron doesn't have for me. And I'm sure he'll have it for other people that watch him. But for me, I just feel like Kobe has something about him that's so deadly and so like, I just feel like he wants it more than anybody else on the court. I don't know how to explain it. But for me, if I had to rank it, and I don't want to admit it, for me, MJ is the best that I've ever seen. And when I say I've ever seen, I've watched a few of his games. Like I haven't seen the way I've watched LeBron and Kobe, but I've seen a lot of his games, like full, not highlights. Like I've watched full games. Like when I was a kid, I used to like, when I was in love with basketball, I would literally just sit down and just watch Kobe and Michael Jordan games, like full on. And watching Jordan, he was unstoppable. Like it was crazy. I would watch him and be like, how the hell do you guard him? He could literally, if you try to play him up close, he blows by you. And he's like, okay, let me just say what I've always said. Kobe, skill wise, he's insanely skilled. I think he's better at like skill wise than LeBron. I think LeBron's just bigger and he's very skilled that he ends up being more efficient. And he's a better all-around player than Kobe. But Kobe still has that factor of him that he just, I think skill, like his footwork's insane, which adds to the fundamentals. Like the best way to say is his fundamentals is better than LeBron's. Even though LeBron's isn't bad, it's just not as good as Kobe's. So you add Kobe's skill-wise fundamentals with LeBron's pure like athleticism and like just all-around game. You combine that, you get Michael Jordan. That's how I see it. That's literally how I see it. And again, if I had to rank it, I would put MJ, and then I guess at this point you would have to put LeBron over, even though he doesn't have as many chips as Kobe and Jordan, and he has more final losses. He has a lot of final losses. But you can't look at it that way because in that case, let's put Robert Horry over Jordan and Kobe because he has more championships than all of them, and he has less final losses than LeBron. So, I mean, you can't really do it that way. But I would just put LeBron over Kobe at this point. Just because we're just watching him at this point, it's just like, yeah, he's obviously the better all-around player and he's more efficient. And he's more dominant. Like, you could put him on you could put Kobe on any team and they'd be a contender. But LeBron he has not fucking missed the finals for 8 years. That's absolutely insane. He's so, granted, nobody in the East is as good, but LeBron, okay, I'm going on a tangent. I shouldn't do this. If you guys want to hear more sports, I'll do more sports. I'll get somebody else on the podcast. Let me turn the camera on. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So So pretty much I'll leave you guys with this. Go ahead and comment what I said in the beginning about, I forgot what I asked you guys to comment. I think it was how long you guys want the podcast to be, and if you guys want guests on the show. Those two things, you could comment on either one or both. And also comment on what you guys want me to talk about. Like if you guys want more sports, I'll dedicate like a good portion of the time on sports. If you guys want more stories, I'll go ahead and try to remember more, jot down more stories that happened to me throughout the week. Just let me know what you guys want to hear. What was more entertaining for you guys to listen to throughout this podcast. And if you guys also want me to stop doing podcasts and maybe do something else for Sundays, let me know. I've gotten like comments and like texts from people about doing video games, like not streaming, but like just recording me playing video games, editing them and putting them out. I used to do some of those back like a year ago. I kind of stopped because they weren't getting as many views. I felt like people didn't like them as much. But if you guys want to see that, I'll go ahead and I guess I'll record, because I do play PC games. PC means computer. I do play computer games. So if you guys want to see what I play on the computer and how much I suck, I could definitely post that for you guys. So just let me know in the comment section. Talk to me like you would talk to me if I was literally like one of your friends. Just comment down, say, "What's up, Steve? You're a fucking dickhead. What's up?" I don't know why I always make you guys like cuss me out or say something bad about me, but I want to kind of break that wall. I want to become like literally close friends with you guys to the point where like you guys tell me what you guys want and I'll put it out for you guys. That's how I want it to be. I want to make my videos that I love. I don't want to put out anything that I don't want to, but I also want to put stuff out that you guys are excited to watch. So that's it. I hope this one was better than the first one. I felt like it flowed better. It was easier for me to talk. I don't even know why this is continuing. This is almost fucking 50 minutes. Thank you. I'm about to fuck it all up. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.